And here we actually ended up keeping the vanity or the pedestal and that floating bench, which is I absolutely love because it really just makes everything looks so much bigger. Beautiful laser cut tile from Tile Bar. I absolutely love how it turned out. Hello design enthusiasts, and welcome for another episode of Design Tips and Sips with me, Anna Gibson. Where's my sip? It's missing. We'll find it somewhere along the way in the house, so make sure you follow the apparently scavenger hunt to find for my drink today. So where are we today? Today we are in Potomac, Maryland. Yes, we work all over the DMV and of course in New York, Miami, and pretty much anywhere around the world where your project are, we will follow you. This house, we actually remodeled pretty much most of their bathrooms, and I'm really excited to show you the final result and the reveal of the beautiful refresh that we did here. So this is an older house. Most of the houses here in Potomac, Maryland are a bit older unless they were knocked down and rebuilt. This house is probably at least 40 years old. And when we got here, everything was pretty much from the 80s. So make sure to check those before photos. But let me show you how we brought it to that 21st century and brought all the health and wellness gadgets for our clients. So follow along. All right, so the first room we're gonna look is the powder room, and they had wallpaper, but again, it was very old, outdated. The toilet was outdated, everything was outdated, and even the mirror and the lights actually didn't really fit where they are. So we did save the space because there was not really need to do a lot of changes. Of course, we kept the beautiful parquet floor that goes throughout the whole entry. But let me show you the beautiful refresh that we did in there. Come on. So I love this York crane wallpaper. I think it brought really fresh, nice, and new colors. You have the golds, you have the whites and the browns and the teals that really just created a really nice, big and beautiful look for the space. As I said, we replaced the toilet with a Kohler toilet. It was dark and old before. And then, of course, we use my favorite faucet, which the Charlotte collection from Brizzo. So come around so you can see it. And here we actually ended up keeping the vanity or the pedestal. I really loved it when we walked in, and there was no reason for me to trash it. I thought it was really pretty. I think it's going to work really nice with the theme and the colors in here. So if there is something that we can reuse and recycle, why not? So that was definitely something that I absolutely loved. It was in a great condition and there was no reason to replace it. So I'm gonna have you take a look so you can see the beautiful detail of the pedestal, the faucets, and how everything really came along here. And this is the color of the trim that goes throughout the house. So I think it worked out really nicely with the color of the wallpaper. So we did not need to change the trim color around. It really just created really cohesive look. And I think the teals and the green really make this wallpaper pop. And of course, I love the cranes on it. So let's go see the rest of the bathrooms. All right, so this is a whole bathroom that again, just got a really quick refresh. This is the bathroom that the kids and the grandkids use when they come to visit. Again, there was not a lot of opportunity to do major structural changes here because the layout is quite very effective. You have the linen closet, vanity, and shower, but everything was just really just needed to be updated. So it was all about some fun colors so everybody can enjoy it and make it fun for everybody, whatever their age is. So again, we have here, we have our tile from Tile Bar, which is one of my favorite. It is made to look handmade, but it's not. So it's very easy to clean. And it's just, again, we were playing a little bit with those teal colors, which I really, really love. And we have all the color fixtures here in chrome. Of course, we have the niche, which is great opportunity to put all your stuff. And then one of the most important things that I can tell you about niches, sometimes it's going to be on the side wall, sometimes it's going to be on the back wall. We never put a niche in the back wall. This is the exterior wall or any wall that is facing the exterior, because once we do that, you lose the insulation that you have with the exterior. And in the winter, you're really, even in summer, when days like that, you're actually going to feel it coming through because no insulation is going in there. So unless the wall is bumped out, unless there's more than your normal 4 to 6 inches, we will put the niche always in an interior wall. So make sure that when you are planning your bathroom to pay attention to that, because otherwise it's not going to be comfortable, especially when it gets really cold outside. On the vanity, I absolutely, again, love it. We have the Mitzi light and color. We have this beautiful Macabas countertop, which you know, guys, that it's one of my favorite quartz stone. It's very easy to use and maintain, even if you have kids and grandkids and everybody using it. The teal colors, again, go throughout really, really beautiful. And then we have the custom slate cabinet color that, again, goes very nicely with the rest of the cabinetry in this bathroom. So again, simple, but yet very elegant, and at the same time, super fun. So whether you're a 5-year-old, 30-year-old, or 60-year-old, you can enjoy this bathroom. And I'm really happy how it turned out. So now let's go and see the really, really amazing bathrooms that we have on the other side of the house. All right, so welcome to the space that I lovingly call the vestibule, because I didn't really have any other way to call it. But so this is a really cool and unique design. It is hers and his and hers bathroom, and they are broken down in the middle with this vestibule that leads to her closet. And they both wanted 2 different things. This is how the original construction was. So again, we didn't change a lot as far as the structural, but you will see that the aesthetics and the finishes and the additional features that we added are absolutely stunning and made a whole difference for this bathroom. So this bathroom originally was a vanity. There was a toilet and a bidet and a sunken tub, you know, one of those crazy, really scary to get in. And this is the shower side. And they really wanted to keep it this way. And let's go and see what we have. So let's go to hers first. Coming over. Come on in. Oh, look what I found. Oh, I found my wine. There it is. Cheers. So look at this beautiful bathtub that is easy to sit and get into it. We made sure that this is wide enough that you can actually, not here, obviously, sit and you can fling your feet back in and out to make it very easy and safe to get in and out. Also, the shower, the faucet and everything is at the head, which is, again, as far as safety goes, it is very important to make sure that the tub fillers are on the side or on this side, so they're not obstructing getting in and out of the tub, or that you don't, especially when you have a tub that big, you need to lean over all the way over the tub in order to turn it on, because again, that's a safety issue, which we didn't want to deal with. So we have the Victoria and Albert tub. We also use all their sinks in here, which is a beautiful large tub. I feel you can probably have easily 2 people fit in here. And then we have the roll faucets in brushed nickel on this side. So we have a combination. We did brushed nickel, even though the theme of the black and white kind of stays between the 2 bathrooms. This one is a little bit more softened with touches of gold and brushed nickel. And then in his bathroom, we ended up with chrome on the finishes in here. Again, beautiful, beautiful work by our GC, and beautiful laser cut tile from Tile Bar. I absolutely love how it turned out. And the cool part is that you get to see it wherever you are in the room, because it reflects in the large mirror behind you. So even if you're just standing at the vanity, you still get to see that. So let's see the vanity. As I said, when you're standing here, because we have the big mirror over here, it's reflecting the beautiful mosaic. So even if you're doing your makeup and hanging out over here, you still get to see all the beautiful tile work that is behind you. Another thing that you might notice is when I'm standing next to that vanity, this vanity is a little bit lower. So this was something that the homeowner requested, because she is probably 5 foot nothing. And she really wanted to make sure that it is convenient for her to use the vanity. So one of the other things, if you look at the photos, that vanity also was kind of weird. There was not a lot of storage, and then the sink was to the side for some reason. I don't know why, but we ended up centering it, so there's still plenty of room, plenty of storage for everything on each side of the vanities. Of course, per usual, we have our outlet hidden, so again, any hair dryer and stuff like that is easily plugged in. And I think it came out really, really beautiful. And even if a space is not too big or big, I actually like using a big mirror, because it really just makes the space feel even bigger. And then again, especially because we have this beautiful mosaic behind us, it really is framed. If you look at the composition, it is actually framed between the 2 lights and the light above. So I think it created like even though it's simple, it's elegant, and it just creates a really, really beautiful bathroom over here. So cheers to this bathroom. So this is his bathroom. And in here, we do have few other features like heated flooring that he wanted to get it down. I think the insulation on this side of the house is not as good. Again, as I said, it's an older home. In here, we actually also have a steam shower. So if you look up there, this actually piece of glass opens and closes. So when you're just having a regular shower, you can just leave it open as is. And then when you are getting ready to use the steam, you just close that, and then it's airtight in there and you can enjoy the steam. The cool part about this door, it is also going both ways. So if you have a wet door after the steam, you don't have to bring all the water out to make the floor wet. You can just go ahead and bring it in. But then also for safety, again, as you guys know, we talk a lot about safety. This door also opens out, because if something happens to somebody in the shower inside and it only opens to the inside, most likely they're going to be right behind that door, and then they're going to get stuck there. So being able to open the door on the out, it's important, really, really important safety, especially in shower doors. So let me show you what's going on in the shower. So everything in this bathroom is a combination of Decton and marble. So we have the Negro marble on the floor and that floating bench, which is I absolutely love, because it really just makes everything looks so much bigger and creates more space for the eye. So again, this is a quite large shower, but with the floating bench, it makes it look even bigger, and I think it's a really fun look to have it floating versus just your regular boxed shower. And then you have the herringbone here. Again, so we talked about the mirror effect here. So the client wanted to have the least amount of grout, especially because it is steam. So we actually use Dectin, which ended up being with quite large of a pieces everywhere. And as you can see, there's just really a couple of pieces of seams in between that it makes it very, very easy to clean. And they also wanted to have everything on this wall. So the steam system is here, the niche is over here, handheld shower, and everything is just really nicely organized. And we talked about the fact, again, the mirror effect, just like the other one. So because here we did not have any decorative, the decorative is actually on the wall side, but we have the same herringbone that we have here in the shower on the floor is the white version of that on the wall here. So again, you have that mirror and continuing look between the two different spaces and the two different bathrooms. So I think overall it created really, really nice, beautiful, clean space. It was very dreary and felt really dark in here. As you can see, we added a lot of lights. As we get older, we need more and more light. And even though he has the vanity lights, we also had some recessed light here. We have recessed light throughout the room, and of course, recessed light in the shower. So no matter what time of the day and how dreary the day, you really get a lot of good lighting for makeup, for getting dressed, and making sure that you're looking tip-top shape when you are going ready for your day. And then again, like you can see that again, this cabinet is a little bit higher. This is what we called the standard height vanity right now, which is a little bit higher. That's the same as a kitchen height. So this is going to be a total of 36 inches. And just because this is the cabinet size that is most of what people are doing these days, doesn't mean that this is the cabinet size that you need to go with. We have clients that are, they are definitely short. We have clients that are very tall. So really, that's the whole point of working with a custom cabinetry line and working with a designer that understands your lifestyle to make sure that we really do have everything customized for you and for what you're doing, because otherwise you're just getting generic standard things that don't really fit you, doesn't fit how you work in the space, how you use the space, because that was available off the shelf and nobody actually asked you is what's going to be actually comfortable to you to use when you are here. So again, just another reason why it's important to work with a designer and customize space just for you. And as I said, we did a combination of Dectin and marble. So even the main floor here is Dectin. So pretty much these are the same stone, the one on the floor and the one on the walls. The one on the wall is actually the polished version of what we have on the floor. And again, it's a little bit of work, well, a lot of work if you ask my contractor and the installer, but they did a fabulous job. But again, we end up with just 3 lines of grout, which makes it really beautiful, seamless, and a clean look that the client was looking for. All right, guys, I hope you found your sip. I found mine finally. So thank you again for joining me today for another episode of Design Tips and Sips with me, Anna Gibson of AKG Design Studio. If you enjoyed, and I know you did, the episode, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to make sure that you know when we drop the next episode. We do drop new episodes every Wednesday afternoon. I guess, Eastern US time, if you are being very, very specific. But you can find us, and then you can find us on everywhere that you get in your blogging information. So we're no longer just on YouTube. We're on Spotify, we're on Amazon, we're Apple, really anywhere that you are listening on, watching your blogs, that's where we are. So make sure you follow us. And if you want to transfer your space, no matter where you are in the world, make sure to connect with us through our website, which is www.AKG Design Studio. All the notes are in the show notes. And if you want to be on the show, you want to be my guest, you have something really cool that you want to share with our viewers, make sure to email me at info@AKG Design Studio. And until next time, cheers!